Welcome to another season of Bearscast here at WSBTradio.com. Greg Sims along with Darin Pritchet of Weekday Sports Beat, Game Day Sports Beat, of course, our sports guy all around here at WSBT Radio. And the 2007 season's about ready to get underway for the Chicago Bears. And we thought we would start the season off with a few top 10 Bears questions going into the season. How about that, Darin?
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Let's get right to it. What is, in your opinion, the biggest Bears question that was answered during the preseason for Lovey's team?
I think, from my standpoint, it was Lance Briggs back in camp. They're the full-time, focused, ready to play. Of course, had the messy holdout during the offseason. He came in focused, ready to go, played very well during the preseason. The Bears' defense looked just ferocious. If they can carry that over into the regular season, we're going to see the same old Bears defense. So I like Briggs being focused, in camp on time, and ready to go.
You know, there's a lot of questions still. This is the team that went to the Super Bowl last year. Of course, they lost to the Indianapolis Colts, but still a lot of questions about the quarterback Rex Grossman. How confident are you about any repeat of the mistakes, any more mistakes this year? I mean, he is coming off of a Super Bowl appearance, right, but preseason didn't look all that great for him.
You know, Greg, he's always going to be a gunslinger. I don't think you take the gunslinger out of the cowboy. He likes to throw the football into tight spots. He's going to make mistakes. Hopefully the drop snaps aren't going to occur anymore. But he's going to throw into coverage from time to time. He's going to make mistakes. It's just how the opposition takes advantage. Like in the preseason against San Francisco, he throws an interception, he goes back for a touchdown. It just has to be moderate mistakes by Grossman. He's going to make a few. But my goodness, if he can just take care of the football a little better, this football team, no doubt about it, can win the Super Bowl. That's the missing piece right now.
Well, when the Bears get underway this year, it's not going to be the complete Bears team that we saw to wrap up the Super Bowl. The Bears will be without Thomas Jones in the backfield. Do you think they're going to miss them?
I think they will. Cedric Benson, we don't know about his durability, got banged up in the Super Bowl. He's not the blocker that Thomas Jones was. He was not the pass catcher that Thomas Jones was. So Adrian Peterson's now the backup for Benson. We kind of know what we get from him. He's a solid player. But I like what Thomas Jones brought to this offense, more versatility. Cedric Benson, more of a runner, straight ahead. And let's see if he can stay healthy throughout the entire season. That's a big question for me.
Well, the Bears may not miss Thomas Jones, but they do have an addition at tight end in Greg Olsen. What do you think that's going to mean to the offense?
Great draft pick by the Bears. He's going to be a tough matchup for defenses because he's got great speed at tight end plus some great size. So defenses are going to have to decide, do I put a linebacker on him in coverage and man-to-man or a safety? I know Shannon Sharp, when he was in the NFL with Denver, there was a big discrepancy what teams did. Sometimes you had to put a safety on the tight end, Sharp, and that's not good for your back coverage. So it's a big, big problem for the opposition. I really like Olsen. He's going to be a big-time player this year as the second tight end and maybe a guy that's going to be number one by the end of the year.
You know, this year, Devin Hester is adding wide receiver to his resume. What are your thoughts about that?
If he can run routes properly and not throw Rex off, because if you have a 7-yard route, you run it 6 yards, bad things can happen. So if he can run the routes properly with his speed on the field, not only does he pose a threat himself to the opposition, but also you got to worry about him at all times. So maybe that affects your coverage, and you have to worry about Hester more than maybe you should.
What about Tank Johnson? Do you think the Bears have replaced Tank Johnson at defensive tackle?
You know, Dvorak and Allen are two guys that seem during the preseason to played very, very well. The Bears are very on Dvorak, who was a draft pick 2 years ago and was hurt last year. Tank didn't play that well last year in the Super Bowl, Greg. He was not very effective. You know, he's got the nickname Tank, and you assume he played well last year, but I tell you what, he did not play that great up to Bears standards, what they were hoping for. I think these two guys, specifically Dvorak, will do a very good job alongside Tommy Harris.
Yeah, nicknames don't mean a whole lot. Right. Bob Euchre's Mr. Baseball, and take a look at his stats over there in the MLB. What about this division, NFC North? Can someone overtake the Bears as division champions this year?
Sure doesn't seem like it, Greg. You've got the Packers building. They're going to have a better defense. They've got far, but still not far enough along. Minnesota's got a great defense. They've got Adrian Peterson to run the football, but they have a quarterback with limited experience, so I can't see them making a move. The Lions are building. They seem to have some pieces in place, but I just don't think defensively they're close enough to challenge the Bears. So I think the Bears should win this division by 3 games.
Going off that point then, okay, and the changes that have been made, the question marks around their quarterback, what do you think the regular season record for the Chicago Bears will be in 2007?
It's going to be double digits. I went back and forth between 10 and 12 wins. I'm going to end up going 12-4. I think they're going to lose 4 road games, including trips to like San Diego and Philadelphia. There's some tough road games. I think they're going to win all their games at home. 12-4 gives them a great chance, Greg, to have home field advantage again, and we know how important that was in the postseason last year. So I like 12-4 right now, if they stay healthy. That's the key.
12-4 if they stay healthy. Okay, well, that's 4 losses then. Mm-hmm. So give me 3 teams who do you think will be beating the Bears in 2007?
Well, I tell you what, I think the teams that can beat them, Seattle, I think Philadelphia, that's going to be a road game. That's going to be tough. That's 2 of the games that stand out. And also, you take a look at San Diego. They were the best team in the AFC last year in the regular season. No disrespect to the Colts who won the whole thing, but San Diego was dominant. So I think those are obviously 3 games that are going to be very difficult for the Bears to win. They're going to be competitive, absolutely, but those are 3 tough places to play.
Absolutely. And one final question before we get going, and looking forward to the kickoff of 2007 NFL season for the Chicago Bears. Last year, we got a taste of it.
Yeah.
First time since '85. Will the Bears win the Super Bowl this year?
Do they have a great chance? Absolutely. They are in the weaker conference, Greg. They should have a fairly easy time getting through the playoffs. Seattle, Philadelphia, Dallas are good quality teams. But the AFC's got a lot of quality. New England, Indianapolis, Baltimore. You take a look at San Diego and Denver out west. There's a lot of great teams. And depending on the matchup, the Bears have a chance to win. But I think this is still the AFC's time to win the Super Bowl. And so I think the Bears can come close again. And, hey, they've got a great chance if they get there. But I still like the AFC. They're the dominant conference. And they've got 5 or 6 teams that can win the Super Bowl.
And that's our first edition of Bearscast for 2007. And, of course, you can catch the Bears this weekend here at WSBT. Is that right?
That's right, Greg. Sunday at 3:45 pregame starts. Bears, Chargers, San Diego. Be there. Aloha.
Aloha. There you go. And we'll see you again next week. And we'll recap the San Diego-Chicago football game. And, of course, we'll look ahead at Week 2 already here at WSBTRadio.com.